Hi everyone, it's Chenzo from Reality Art Pod, here to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16, Episode 12, titled Bathroom Hunties. Last week on Drag Race, the queens were tasked to do corporate presentations. There were slides, clips, and drag queens flopping. After a death-defying lip sync where boobs flew, Maya was sent to the house. Before I dive in, I put a link in the description so you can check out my previous recaps. If you like the content, give me a like and consider subscribing. So let's dive into it. After Maya's elimination, Saphira is sad to lose her friend and design client. Morphine is happy that she sent home the Queen of Flips.
Maya threw her ugly dress on my face, so baby, I threw my tit at her.
They congratulate Saphira on her win, and Q feels grumpy and robbed.
Q is looking like I stepped on her dog and then came over there and f***ed her husband.
Dawn calls Q a sore loser. I think her feelings are kind of warranted. The next day at the table, Q calls Saphira's win undeserved.
Bitch, what? Who are you to say that my win is undeserved?
Ru enters in a black and white suit with red shoes and a red pin. For their mini challenge, they have to make a custom t-shirt inspired by this Tammy Faye Baker shirt and Rorschach their makeup onto the fabric. The president of Anastasia Beverly Hills, Norvina, is there, and they start rubbing their faces into the pit crew's chests. The best one and winner of the challenge is Plain, who did a great job, and Dawn does the worst with there being no semblance of a face in it. And then there's this.
Is that a painting of Maya Iman LePage?
Their maxi challenge is to design a gender-inclusive nightclub bathroom for a home improvement type show. The teams are Plain and Saphira, Nymphia and Dawn, and Q and Morphine. As they strategize, Q says she's still miffed from last week's results. She and Morphine want to do a sadistic dungeon. Dawn and Nymphia want to do an art museum.
What if it's an art museum toilet?
A fart museum. The Museum of Modern Fart.
Plain and Saphira want to do an opera speakeasy, which really plays into Saphira's strengths. Decorating their rooms is a struggle.
Plain Jane don't do manual labor.
I don't like picking things up.
Is this the definition of a white person?
Yes, white privilege at its finest.
The other girls think Saphira and Plain's room looks like a nursing home, and Nymphia isn't liking any of Dawn's ideas. Then Plain is feeling chaotic and smears red paint in Dawn's room, leading to a playful paint fight, which is fun and silly. At first I was like, oh my god, she smeared paint on the other girl's wall. Then I realized there's no way that these queens are actually the ones doing all the work on the final product. As they get ready, Plain is feeling insecure, which unsettles Saphira.
Why do I have the grounded plane? Bitch, we supposed to be flying.
Morphine has something to confess.
So I do a jump split, and I hear.
Thank you, Mama, for sharing that, for spilling. And on theme, they talk about the importance of gender-inclusive bathrooms.
Like, we're just trying to pee and poo-poo, girl.
Saphira decides to call Q out again about the undeserving comment.
Q, what's good?
And Q apologizes. I hope they're done talking about this. I'm done hearing about it. Plain breaks down out of fear of being in the bottom and eliminated. Therapist Saphira leads her in an exercise to release the fear. On the runway, Ru is wearing an orange gown with, I guess, red beading. The dress doesn't read well on camera. It was hypnotizing me in a bad way, and the necklace makes her look like she has a hole in her chest. Michelle is proving that less is more, looking gorgeous in a simple black top and a pair of bigger the hoops. Carson has a lovely and elegant embellished jacket, and yet another Nepo baby, Mayan Lopez, is here looking gorgeous in gold. I never heard of her, but I love her dad, George Lopez. Was he busy? On the runway, the category is chain reaction. First up is Morphine. At first, I didn't like it because I thought she was wearing a chain link knight helmet, but when I saw the wig is made out of gold jewelry type chains, it's a cool wig, but the rest of it is kind of just a corset and boots. Q has high-waisted pants and a jacket with red chains weaved into it. I should like this. The design and execution are really great, but the colors are such a sad combination that give me a negative feeling. This look could have really used a bright red or even a white wig, something with a little more lively pop to it. This wig, also, the longer you look at it, the crazier it gets. Does this wig have dog ears? Dawn has a black dress with cutouts and chains all over her body and face. I think I just like this type of chain more than the plastic ones that Q was using, but this is boring and safe. Nymphia comes out in blue. Right off the bat, I'm relieved to see some color on the runway, and this fixed my mood. There's chains, tassels, she looks gorgeous, and she has a whip. I know I'm a hypocrite sometimes, and this is also just a corset, but you can't compare this corset to Morphine's. Look at the material. Plain Jane is a robot lady with chains. I like that there's a pop of neon green in the hair and the look. She turns around, and it's really distracting that the tights don't match, like, at all. Saphira is a BDSM latex dog with big jewelry chains on her and her collar. I respond positively to this. It's really fun and different. She's got her little breastplate on under there. I still hate that thing. On to the main challenge, a design show called Bathroom Hunties. Michelle and Carson are fully acting as the eccentric couple with accents. Q and Morphine present the naughty potty. They're dressed as devils. The coat hangers are hands that drop your shit on the ground because They tickle torture a pit crew member, and they have uncomfortable toilets that scream when they flush. Nymphia and Dawn present their fart museum, and Nymphia's wig here is so beautiful. I also love the colors they chose for the walls. The fart museum features the platinum plunger and sinks with a penis spout. They finger paint a pit crew member.
I feel so autistic now.
And the final exhibit is the judges themselves on toilets facing each other. Saphira and Plain are up next with their bathroom titled Booty Lickers Speakeasy. The joke of this is that it's prohibition and there's alcohol hidden everywhere. Saphira sings opera and Jane dings the triangle. Their toilets face each other and they can sing to each other through a glory hole. In the judging, Carson felt that Q was carrying morphine in their challenge, and Michelle doesn't love Q's outfit as she's standing still. They also felt Dawn got steamrolled by Nymphia. They love Nymphia's look but say she was too talkative in the challenge. They love the Booty Lickers team, though Michelle calls Plain's look predictable and Saphira gets rave reviews, 2 side eyes from Q. They decide that Plain and Saphira are the winners this week, and Morphine and Dawn are in the bottom 2 lip syncing. They'll be performing Body by Megan Thee Stallion. Firstly, this wasn't really a fair matchup, as it was clear from the beginning that Dawn was about to get run over by Morphine. Dawn does a great job throughout surviving the song, though the chains in her face make it hard to see if she's nailing the fast pace of the lip sync, but it's clear that Morphine does this number back home all the time. Morphine fucking ate this, it left no crumbs, and then licked the plate. If it wasn't clear who won already, Michelle makes it obvious.
She ate that.
So Rue tells Dawn to hit it, and Dawn gives an emotional goodbye. We have to say goodbye to Dawn here, who was a great presence on the season. Despite not really having very many memorable moments and challenges and looks on the runway, Dawn just had some of the best confessionals that we've seen in a while. I feel like she's been the narrator for the show so far, so I do expect the show to have a bit of a weird storytelling vibe for the next few episodes. As far as drag goes, I do think she has some really great ideas, and she's really intelligent, but it just wasn't coming together the way it should be for her to win this season. I think there's some potential Trixie upside to Dawn, where I could see her leaning further into her brand and winning an All-Stars or an International All-Stars season. Overall, this episode was kind of mid. I think the Chains runway theme was a really boring prompt. The queens ended up showing some of their worst looks. This challenge was okay, they've done this before. I think it was a bit of a reach to make it like this challenge was about gender-neutral bathrooms, where after they made such a big point in the challenge description to say that, we got bathrooms that were hell and one that had a glory hole. Kind of just felt like the show was trying to act like they cared about an issue that they didn't really care about. But that's really all I have to say about this episode. Let me know in the comments, what did you think? We're down to the final 5. Who is your winner pick for the season? For me, it's still Saphira. If you like the video, give me a like and click subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by my birthday in April. I'll be back next weekend to talk about more Drag Race. Until then, have a nice weekend. Bye.